Days after the heavyweight championship match, we are still asking the question: did Tom Aspinall quit? Should Ciryl Gane get an immediate rematch for the heavyweight championship? And what the hell needs to be done about eye pokes in MMA? Guys, it's that time of the week again. It's Combat Catch Up Live here with the legend Luke Tanner. Sit back, relax. Let's get into this. Yes, lovely people. Hope you're well. Welcome back to the Sanderson Show. It's Combat Catch Up Live. No Jamie today because he was at the Liverpool game. Commiserations, Jamie. You didn't deserve that. Me and Luke obviously didn't deserve it watching that game either.
Whoa, boy. I stopped watching after halftime.
Oh, you did the smart thing.
I was done after that.
You did the smart thing. I rate it. But we are here to speak about the UFC. We're here to speak about MMA. So please do smash the like button if you are liking the video, and also subscribe if you're new to the channel as well. We'll be dropping videos like this and much more. And there's only one place to start. And at the weekend was meant to be one of the most defining fights of the heavyweight division, full stop. For the last 4 years, it's been stop-start. You had Francis champion, then Francis left. Then you had Jones's champion, only wanted to defend it against Stipe, then relinquished the belt. Now we have Aspinall, and this was meant to be a definitive fight to determine who is now the out-and-out heavyweight champion, and it ended in a no contest due to an eye poke. And since then, Luke, I don't know about you, but only in MMA are we dealing with a situation where the person who has been fouled seems to get more hate and abuse than the person who did the fouling. I've barely seen anything about Ciryl Gane, but yeah, I've seen Tom's a quitter, Tom's a liar. The going got tough, so he found a way out.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. I think it's
I saw
disgusting
people
how Tom's been treated.
questioning. I saw certain content creators questioning. Oh, so was Aspinall just looking for a way out against Curtis Blades when he did his knee? I'm thinking, what? I'm thinking, are people dumb? Are people actually dumb?
There are some people out there, yes, who are
people who haven't taken a smack in their life or not had their eyes gouged out like that.
Yeah.
Talking
twice it happened.
Twice in the same fight, and then just for good measure, just not one but two eyes.
Yeah.
Like that. So
apparently Tom still can't see out one of the eyes as well.
Yeah, it's crazy, but everyone's you know what people is like, the narrative, they take it, they run and all that. I think it's so disingenuous. Especially from content creators like ourselves. Obviously we've not said anything, but content creators that have been basically absolutely unloading on him have never done a day of MMA training in their life.
But here's the killer, bro. There's content creators who are either current or former MMA fighters who are chiming in, and I'll be honest, that irks me even more. And look, you know how much I love Aljamain Sterling, bro. Jamaican, he proudly speaks about Jamaica. He was a bantamweight champion, one of the best bantamweights of all time.
I said it in the group chat actually, so I got some reference on you.
Yeah, bro, I'm gonna be honest. His depiction of what happened here is shocking. If anyone in the UFC would have seen this and thought, nah, Tom didn't do anything wrong here, Tom's the victim in all of this, you'd have thought it'd be Aljamain Sterling. He received an illegal knee to the head against Peter Yan and won the belt that way. And he himself was treated like crap by the MMA community and Yan was seen as this like godly like figure. Aspinall was poked in the eye. Now, here's the killer. If Aspinall had continued to fight and then got knocked out, it's not going to say in the record books, oh, TKO or KO asterisk, there was an eye poke 30 seconds before it happened. If Tom Aspinall was KO'd or TKO'd, that goes on his record. He doesn't get an immediate rematch. He has to fight through the gauntlet again to get another fight. He gets less paid. He probably loses sponsorship, etc., and could potentially lose or damage his eye even more. Why on earth is Aspinall getting more criticism than Ciryl Gane here, in your opinion?
It's because we have to bring him up. It is, I said it before, it's everyone's got a John Jones fetish.
Yeah.
And that is why everyone is on him, because the narrative that was rightly going around before this fight is, look at that, John Jones, he's ran away. He's ran away from the biggest test that there could possibly be. Obviously, when this fight was announced, everyone was like, Tom's going to smoke him. Tom's going to absolutely smoke him. And then obviously, like, if you saw the betting odds were firmly in Aspinall's favor. And obviously, the first round gets underway, and it was a close round. Like, okay, people were like, oh my god, Gane was piecing him up on the feet.
He wasn't piecing him up. He just bloodied his nose. He wasn't piecing him up.
Yeah, obviously he got a bloody nose, but I'd say that it was a very, very, very close round. You could have gone either way.
I had it a Gane round, but it wasn't like it was a 10-9 round. It wasn't like a 10-8 or a 10-7. It was a 10-9 round.
It was a close round, and I think it was gearing up to be, certainly people ain't gonna like it. It was going to gear up to be a lot better than Stipe versus John, because it was actually two guys that could actually move around the octagon.
It's a proper fight.
For like a proper fight, and I think everyone's a bit like, I get like people are bummed out because, let's be honest, obviously we didn't do the watch long for it.
Yeah.
So I watched it afterwards, and I was like, what's a bummy way to end their pay-per-view? But like I don't blame him. Like, you can't see. And this is the thing I don't understand. Like, ex fighters like the Aljamain Sterling one. Like, I pulled it up. You all think that I'm going to be on the side of Tommy, but I'm not. I have so many questions right now. Tom Aspinall was losing the fight right away. The guy was saying, I can't see. It makes me question, did that really hurt as much as you say it did?
What's Tom Aspinall meant to say?
How rich is that from a guy that must have CTE, because he must have forgot how he won that belt, because he was losing that fight to Petr Yan. Then Petr Yan decided to give him the running knee, and then obviously Sterling, went down. Rightly so. Petr Yan got rightly disqualified for that illegal strike.
Yeah.
But everyone was pouring into him. Oh, what an Oscar-worthy performance that was. Was he really as hurt as he say it was, and stuff like that, and basically crapping on the fact that he won the belt because people assume that he won it in dubious circumstances.
Yeah.
And I'm like thinking, like, surely, and then I have, I think he came out and said something afterwards saying, he said, like, I never questioned Tommy's integrity, but I got made fun of a lot of certain situations because I've gotten unfair flack from fans. But the facts remain.
So why?
I think handle this situation. How are you supposed to handle this situation differently? Why
take it out on Tom though? Why take it out on Tom? If fans have got it onto you, why take that out on Tom? Why use Tom as the pinata to beat the stick with, right?
Because everyone goes,
makes no sense.
Because everyone builds up the heavyweight champ to be the baddest man on the planet, could fight through fire, fight through everything, and you know what these fighters are like. Well, certain fighters that I'm sure that will touch on with their criticism, like, you know what? Let's touch on it quickly. Chael Sonnen and Anthony Smith, two guys I would expect that should know better.
Do you know what? Just to support Chael, he actually did go on Ariel Helwani's show, and he said his intention wasn't to make Tom look like the bad guy, and he clarified everything. Anthony Smith, I don't know. Here's the thing: I don't know if you remember Jones versus Ciryl Gane. Very early in the fight, Ciryl Gane hit a shot that was low,
Yeah.
and Jones made a point of stopping. Jones even said in the post fight, "I wanted to make a point of letting the referee know because he's known to foul, and I didn't want him to think he can foul me and get away with it." Jones could have fought through that. That was not a very hard kick to his a low kick. That wasn't a crazy low kick. He could have fought, but no, he chose to emphasize the illegal strike and make sure it's done. It's ridiculous what's going on. What? And look, Ariel's spoken about it. So many people have spoken about it. In football, we watch football, known as soccer to anyone who's watching in the States. Whether it's an intentional or non-intentional, a foul is a foul and a free kick is given. Sometimes yellow, sometimes red cards. But a foul is a foul. Why is Aspinall getting this flack? It's wrong on so many levels. And then Dana, bloody hell,
Oh,
Dana, learn how to promote your fighters, man. You've done such a horrible job promoting Tom Aspinall.
he's had a
You come out
horrible.
in the press conference said he decided not to continue. Bro, he couldn't continue, couldn't see Dana. He couldn't see.
Dana had a mare with the whole heavyweight, the boss, like the whole heavyweight title picture.
For the last
It,
5 years,
it's been
it's been a nightmare.
a complete. It's been a complete shambles for letting Francis walk out the door, for then the whole
Not having Jones fight Francis.
not having Jones fight Francis walking out the door, not patching that relationship up, John coming back winning the belt, getting injured, understandable. Him only wanting to fight Stipe at the time that he wanted to fight Stipe, I think everyone was a bit like, we don't really, sort of 6 years too late.
Aspinall saved this division, by the way.
Yeah,
Him beating Pavlovich saved the division.
yeah, because I don't think Pavlovich is even ranked.
Well,
Pavlovich is
I don't know what's going on with Pavlovich, but in terms of, remember, that fight only happened because that the Jones Stipe fight fell through.
yeah. Would you like to hear some interesting quotes from Ciryl Gane's head coach?
Yeah, this I've got here. Fernando Lopez.
Us, everything was going as planned, absolutely planned. Unfortunately, if he can't see, he can't see. There's nothing we can do about it. So what was the plan? To gouge his eyes out when he goes in for the takedown.
Well, I'm not being funny. We saw Jones. Jones used to do this technique where he'd put the hands
I've got
over the
another
face.
great quote. So this is from Johnny Bones Jones, right?
Mm.
I do poke people in the eyes, and it's very illegal, but I do it. It's like if someone's coming at me, I'll just put my hands on their forehead, and lots of times they'll end up missing the punch that was intended for my face, and sometimes it lands in people's eyes. People hate that. They're like, John, you're a very talented fighter. You don't need to use this illegal tactic to be successful. I try to tell people it's not intentional, but now I'm known. I'm now kind of known for it's working. So if there's no punishment for this, then fighters are just going to keep getting away with it.
Who would you say, apart from Jones, are like your top 5 fight or top 4 fighters? GSP's there, right?
Yeah. Mike Mouse is there.
I can't remember GSP eye poking anyone. It might have happened, but I can't remember it.
Mike Mouse hasn't eye poked anyone.
Mighty Mouse, I've never seen it happen. Amanda Nunes, never seen it happen. Anderson Silva, never saw it happen.
Possibly.
Khabib, never saw it happen. McGregor, never seen it happen. Pantoja, I can't think of a time Pantoja's done it. There are way more fighters who don't poke fighters in the eye. Now, again, it can happen. It can happen. But this notion that it's just a part of the fight. No, it's not. This is not a street fight.
Mighty Mouse said it. It's part of MMA, but it shouldn't be part of MMA.
Exactly.
It shouldn't be part of the MMA. I do blame the glove design because the glove design is.
Let's talk about that. Bro, Trevor Whitman's come out with gloves. Pride, there were gloves for. We've seen
Bellator.
other iterations of it.
Bellator got their own glove.
Bellator. Why the hell aren't the UFC doing anything about this?
Because apparently, I think with rumors has it with the Trevor Whitman one, Trevor wanted like ridiculous like money attached to it, which is fair enough. It's not like the UFC strapped for cash, and like let's be honest with Ciryl Gane, like I've been watching him since he made his debut during the pandemic
all the time.
Yo,
Poke
this
eyes,
guy
back of the
was
head.
clubbing like I remember when he fought JDS at the Apex.
Yeah, and Tai Tuivasa.
Finish. Tai Tuivasa clubs to the back of the head. It's like if it goes unchecked and
right, Imavov. Imavov.
Yep.
Like, what needs to be done about eye pokes in MMA to have it where it one gets reduced and two means that the fighter who is actually fouled gets an advantage from the foul?
I would say a point deduction. I don't think like a point deduction is like enough sort of thing. Like it's a tricky one because for me it should be a disqualification, just like a knee to a grounded opponent is an illegal move. So it should be a disqualification. Whether or not you want to do that, let's say if you were 4 rounds into a 5-round title fight and someone gets gouged in the eye, are you going to call for a disqualification even if the guy that's done the eye poking is like up in rounds? Do you do that? Possibly. Like for me, it should be a disqualification. Gane should be disqualified for me, and he should not. I know we're touching it later, but he should not be getting a rematch because all you've just done is that you've rewarded him basically intentionally harming an opponent. I know the guy said that he never intended to do that, but
you still did it. You had your hands open to going towards someone's face.
Yo, this Arsenal fan, wrong show, my friend.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wrong show. Wrong show, please. Mods, do the business, please, my mods, man. Bang out of order, but no, it should be disqualified, and should not be getting the title fight. But this is the UFC. Dana's already come out saying that they're going to rebook it as soon as possible. I think Bisping said that they should try and rebook it for the end of the year, but I don't think that's going to happen considering where we are with Aspinall's eye. But to be honest, this... Oh no, Sergey Pavlovich is still ranked number 3, actually. So, yeah, got that wrong. But I don't know. Oh, come on, back again.
What's your thoughts on the whole rematch? You don't think he should get a rematch? I'm fine with him getting a rematch simply because the rules aren't clear enough with eye pokes at the moment.
Yeah.
That being said, though, if you're Volkov, if you're Alex Pereira, what does that mean for you guys?
Can we touch on that?
Yeah, of course we can.
For the Pereira Jones stuff. So obviously, you know, the end of this, we're all looking for John Jones on Twitter. What Twitter thing is going to do?
Yeah.
Obviously, the video for Pereira just drops the thing, said, let's make heavyweight great again.
Which I think so disrespectful to Tom.
I'm thinking that's so... I'm thinking...
But neither of you want to move. Neither of you want to fight Tom.
Yeah.
So how can you make the heavyweight great again when you don't want to fight the champion?
Yeah. And let's be honest, this fight's only happening because John wants it to happen, and Pereira's going to get smoked at the White House because they'll want to have an American win something. Even though I think that if that fight does happen, then Jones should be made to fight at light heavyweight for the belt, because that, for me, that's more interesting than them both fighting at heavyweight finish, personally. Yeah, and then also old podcast, an unaired podcast came out like 6 months ago about Jones talking about Tom's loss, like submission loss before the UFC, talking about like how he just easily tapped, and that sort of told him what type of fighter he was and stuff like that. And I'm thinking, if you thought he was that easy, you should have taken the 30 mil then, wouldn't you? Because that would have been an easy night at the office for you. But the fact that he didn't, and now you're taking the guy that we all know that you're just going to take down and you'll beat within a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
You know, it's sort of it is so disingenuous. It's so disingenuous. And like, how is like the rematch for the title, considering where the heavyweight picture at the moment is going to be seen as like not the most important thing in the division, because all the casual fans and all the Jones fans are like, oh my god, Jones Pereira, now we don't really care about Aspinall rematch and Ciryl, which is wrong because it should be the heavyweight champ. Like, if you're the exhibitions, then go. But like, if you want to talk about being the best, to be the best, you need to fight the champion, not veer in a complete other direction.
Here's the thing. I'm good with the rematch. I don't think Jones Pereira should be made, if I'm going to be honest. But the forgotten man in all of this is Volkov. For me personally, Pereira wants to move up to heavyweight. You either fight the champion or you fight Volkov. Why are you fighting Jones?
Because his legacy.
Yeah. And I hear it, and it's a money fight. So maybe I'm just being a bit pedantic, but if you've got the light heavyweight champion coming up and then the former heavyweight
getting
champion,
30 mil to fight Pereira.
But they're both ducking the champion. When Ilya came up, when Volkanovski challenged Makhachev, he didn't say, I want to move up to 55 and fight Gaethje. When Topuria went up to 55, he didn't go up and say, I want to fight Oliveira. He said, I want to fight Makhachev. Makhachev ain't going up to 170 and going, I want to fight Kamaru Usman. Because Kamaru Usman's the biggest money fight in that division. But he's going up for legacy.
Yeah.
That's real legacy. I'm gonna be honest. I actually think there's more legacy in Alex Pereira beating Aspinall for the belt than there is for beating John Jones.
Yeah. You
become the first ever unified undisputed 3-weight champion in the UFC.
That's GOAT status there.
GOAT status. If you beat John Jones, that doesn't give you GOAT status.
Because then I guarantee you, like if Jones sticks around long enough where he actually does pick up an L, which I doubt it, but there's a possibility. You know what everyone's going to say? The excuse is loaded in the back pocket. Oh,
yeah, he's not in his prime, and
it's not in his prime. It's done. But a Liego 7, if they're fighting at light heavyweight, I'd completely understand them doing Pereira Jones because that at light heavyweight. Take my money.
Yeah.
Because the stakes on the line, the belt is on the line.
Yeah.
Nothing on the line if they fight at heavyweight.
Nothing whatsoever.
A number one contendership that if John Jones wins, he ain't going to go fight Tom Aspinall. If John Jones wins against Pereira, then it's see you later. I'll keep on tweeting.
Shall I tell you what I see Dana White doing? I wouldn't surprise me if you put a BMF on that fight.
No, I am slightly like. I have got a concern that if after Tom goes and sees an eye specialist, that he's out for a considerable length of time. I think there is a horrible possibility.
An interim.
He could get either interim or the belt is stripped.
It can't strip
from him.
They can't.
And put it on Pereira Jones for the White House, providing that Tom isn't having a long layoff because make sure that his eye's right. That's my only worry. But yeah, watch him put a stupid BMF belt on it.
But that's what I think. I wouldn't be surprised because what other direction can they go in? If it's just a fight, yeah, it's fun, but there needs to be stakes involved. What is it? Just for bragging rights? I doubt it. There'll be something there. There'll be some sort of a carrot to dangle for these guys.
But as I said, like WWE's involved, the UFC is involved. Run me my triple threat TLC ladder match in the Octagon for the belt on the line. Jones Pereira Jones Aspinall in the cage, triple threat match. Run it.
I hear it. I hear it.
Run
I
it.
do. That would be crazy. I'm not gonna lie. That'd actually be crazy.
You want to talk about the money for it? That's money. That's
on UFC 321, we also have we have crowned a new champion at strawweight. Mackenzie Dern. Manacocha managed to pick up the belt, beating Jandaroba in a 5-round battle. What did you make of the fight, and do you think this is the best champion for the short-term future or long-term future of this division?
I don't know. It's a tricky one, really, because I think at the moment she is the best short term, but it all depends on how long she's going to keep that belt, depending on how Weili and Shevchenko do. Because I imagine that if Weili loses, does she come back down to fight? Mackenzie for the belt, or are Mackenzie have a title defense maybe against a Tatiana Suarez whilst we wait for it? But I don't think Mackenzie's going to be fighting for a little bit, considering the injury set she sustained, because she sustained some pretty brutal face injuries. I think for the short term she is the best. Obviously, there's not a lot of budding contenders. Tatiana Suarez would be the best one. Maybe run back Zhao Nan.
Yeah,
Lemos.
that's
Obviously,
the thing with Mackenzie.
Waylon.
She has pretty much fought everyone in this division. Like,
yeah. Maybe rematch someone that for that she's lost to, or Tatiana Suarez. But has Tatiana Suarez fought
she's fought once since she lost the belt. She did win.
Yeah. And then we're back at the old question, though. Are we going to give title shots off a one-fight win streak type of situation?
And that's the issue I have as well.
That is the big killer.
Yeah.
And because when you look at the other ladies in there, yeah, you're thinking, have they got a run together to really warrant getting the belt?
They haven't. No. They really
haven't. Not really. And there's not a lot. I think the depth at 115 isn't. It's not.
Dare I say the depth in women's MMA at the moment is quite shallow. There. Similar to the heavyweight division with the men's, it's just shallow.
Yeah, like if Rose decided that she wanted to come back down to 115, then
I still don't understand why. I mean, I know obviously she's getting older now, so the weight cuts are probably more difficult. But surely Rose must look at it and go sometimes and go, if I just stayed at that division, like, what could I have achieved? Oh, a long time no speak. Shout out to Conroy in the chat. It's been a minute, bro. Hope you're well, Conroy. Shout out to Uncle Rods. Big up yourself. Carol. Big up Uncle Rods. Big up to Cringe Gov, to John. Kumal, I'm going to say Kumali. I disagree with the comment, but I appreciate the comment. Shout out to Lialgo. Shout out to Mr. Mind. LS72H. John in the chat as well. Big up to each and every one of you. Shout out to everyone in the chat as well. Yeah. Retro Gaming. Big up to everyone. But yeah, shout out to Conroy. I ain't seen Conroy in ages, man. I hope you're well, bro. But yeah, I think Mackenzie Dern is the champion the UFC definitely wanted. And from a marketing standpoint, obviously, physically, guys love her. She speaks well. She always has exciting fights. She always puts herself out there in the firing line. Big up Jamrock as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't, I can't sit here in line and say that I think she holds onto the belt for a long time. I don't. But I think while she does hold onto the belt, I think she'll make it quite exciting.
I do have to say, because like, obviously there's lots of people that have just gone, oh, Mackenzie's like a bum of a fighter, like not very good. Like people don't know her pedigree before.
Yeah.
She is a Brazilian black belt in jiu-jitsu, like goddess.
Yeah.
Like she's one of the greatest of like all time. I think she like what was the two world championships that she won in BJJ. She won like 2 like major competitions.
Yeah.
So she joins an elusive list about I forgot who it was. That there was the male fighter that won like the 2
Man,
big
might
BJJs
be
and won a
might,
gold.
well, her dad's like seen as like one of the best ever in
Yeah.
Brazil at BJJ as well. Like she was always seen as like a prodigy, and then she just became a sensational jiu-jitsu player. And for her to translate that over into MMA, and she's kind of grown up in front of us. Let's be honest, like at the beginning, she was missing weight. She had a child. She went through personal issues. She's come back. She's reinvented herself. She's had losses, and she's now the champion. It's a fantastic story. I wish that story and everything was promoted a bit better. I wish they kind of went further with it, but again, the UFC being the UFC. In the featured fight on the card, though, Mario Bautista versus Umar Nurmagomedov, very good fight.
Lovely fight.
Very good
Lovely
fight.
fight.
Umar did win the fight. I don't, again, 3-0. Like it was 2-1, but Umar did win the fight. Same thing here with Tatiana Suarez. Umar's demanding a title shot and feels he's entitled to one. Does he get one? I think he will get the next title shot, but I don't think he deserves it.
No, so what we looking at the moment, obviously rumors. Obviously, we've got Merab versus Piotr Jan at the end of the year. Rumors of O'Malley versus Yadong for January. Obviously, the thing is, because Umar says he wants to fight before Ramadan, so that's before the end. That's basically wants to fight
Before March, right?
Before March, so basically February.
That's well, I say it's too quick of a turnaround. Depending on what Merab and Yan do, that might not be.
In Umar's eyes, if he thinks that Merab will beat Piotr Jan, which I think he will, and minimal damage, and Merab's desperate to get back in, then they'll make that fight happen then. But is that too much of a short turnaround for Merab? I think that would be. So I don't think that fight will happen till after Ramadan. But if Umar wants to fight before then you've got Figueiredo, Zahabi.
I'm gonna say there's an argument to say that Davison deserves it just as much, if not more, than Umar. Umar hasn't even had a fight a year ago. He's had one fight.
Yeah, I
Figueiredo
like
has
more active, but
yeah.
Again, the way Merab's like constantly wanting to fight and stuff like that, I do think the UFC are going to run into a slight problem because if he's churning out these title fights at a rate of knots, like they're going to run out of contenders for him, and they're going to run out of fighters that they haven't built up to sort of get ahead of steam before they fight Merab, because like sooner or later, like Merab's going to start lapping the division again.
Yeah, very
and then
true.
he'll run out of contenders. But which I don't see happening, by the way, because I think the UFC will try and make him sort of slow down a little bit. You know that they always like active fighters, but you don't want to really overdo it. Obviously, we saw what Derrida did 5 fights in a year, the weight cut and stuff like that.
Too much.
I don't think Merab has a bigger weight cut as Derrida does from like what he does, but I think the UFC just need to watch out that they don't run out of contenders for him. But I would much prefer O'Malley versus Umar like that. You're the proper number one contender scrap. You got O'Malley versus Umar.
Yeah, why isn't O'Malley being thrown in there with these rounded? But I mean, surely Sanhagen and O'Malley was the fight to make, though. Surely. That's what I'm saying. I know O'Malley's been champion, but I haven't seen him in these fights. I have not seen him be tested against a Corey, a Davison, Umar. I've only seen him fight Yan, and even that was a close fight. Why is he not being? Why is he not fighting again? Sonya Dong, yeah, fair enough. But I want to see Sanhagen versus O'Malley. I want to see Nurmagomedov versus O'Malley. Why not Zahabi? Why is Zahabi not allowed to fight one of these?
Oh no, sorry, I forgot. It's Ariel Helwani.
Yeah. That is so scary how alike they look, by the way.
I know, it's crazy.
Scary. But no, things have to change, man. Things have to change.
Diego
Also,
Umar's already fought Sanhagen, so I
yeah,
don't think
yeah,
that's
yeah.
running that back. But Figgy versus O'Malley, hey, take my money.
I
Figgy
just want to
versus
see O'Malley
Umar.
versus Sanhagen, two tall, rangy fighters who've never crossed paths. That if that's not a White House fight, I don't know what isn't.
I think Corey did call for that fight at the White House, you know.
That makes sense, but again, Sean has to fight in between now and then. So maybe the fight is him versus Song Yadong. He gets through that, and then him and Sanhagen, maybe. But something's got to happen, man. Because right now, it's Sean loses the belt, gets an immediate rematch, and we ain't seen him since. And even before that, he fought Yan, then fought for the belt, and had long layoffs in between. So it's weird. It's really weird. But yeah. Yeah, I'm very intrigued to see what's going to happen over the next couple of weeks and months with the UFC, because they do need to get this fight rebooked with Gane and Aspinall. How that happens, how they go about that. We've got a card at the weekend with Steve Garcia versus David Onama, Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Ante Delaya, which is going to be an important fight for the heavyweight division as well.
Oh no, I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want from that.
No, kind of, yeah. Either result is a result in it, and then you kind of go from there.
Yeah. No comment.
Yeah. So yeah, again, I understand where both. I know Jamie fully disagrees with where I stand on this. I understand friends not wanting to fight each other. I completely get it. But yeah, they've got to cross that bridge when they get to it, man. They really do. But no.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Chris Barnett's my guy, man. I can't.
Chris Barnett's my guy, man. I love Chris Barnett.
Yeah, Chris Barnett is my
You'll
guy.
never hear me say a bad word about Chris Barnett. Never.
Yeah, I tell you what is, I'll be honest, I'm just gonna be open with you guys in the comments. I've said this to you, Luke. I'm always gonna be biased towards Chris Barnett, because he gave us our first ever interview from a UFC fighter. Like,
so I'm never saying a bad word about him.
I'm always gonna be
Ever.
biased. I'm like, that's my guy right there. Chris Barnett is my guy, man. And he's again such a really cool guy. And I usually say that, and people can't be like, you can actually attest to that, Luke, because you've interviewed him as well. And like, he's such a cool guy. So shout out to Chris Barnett. Didn't go his way, but yeah, big up Chris Barnett, man. Yeah.
Quick mentions, like obviously prelims, Vault of Walker, again, fourth heel hook submission in a row.
Again,
absolutely smashed that Louis Sutherland guy. Nathaniel Wood, another win at featherweight, called for Pitbull, ranked fight. Love it.
Yeah. Nathaniel Wood's been quietly going about his business, man.
And obviously, one of the highlights of that fucking year. Quick Lang, I can't even say his name properly. His head kick against Nasrat Hatparas was the most brutal thing I have seen. And my team leader at work, who doesn't usually watch UFC, I was like, mate, did you see this head kick? And he was like, no, I missed it. And I was like, look at that bad boy. And he's like, oh, shit. His leg is literally twitching still.
He was out for a while.
Great moment.
He did a great interview with Errol Hawani as well. Got to learn quite a bit about him. Your kid's got grit, man. Kid's got grit.
He's got a new fan of me, that's for goddamn sure. If he pulls out stuff like
that. Incredible head kick. And yeah, not many people do that to Haskarat as well. So might have a bright future there. But bro, another one in the books. Looking forward to see what's going to happen next. Hopefully, we get more joy out of MMA than we are from Liverpool right now.
I don't know what Liverpool is at the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
What's Liverpool? I don't know.
But no, people, please make sure you smash the like button. Also, go and follow Luke on his channel as well. Link will be in the description. I'm looking to drop a couple more videos before Sunday, so do look out for those as well. And yeah, man, let me know in the comment section. Do you think Aspinall quit? I was going to say something else there. Do you think Aspinall quit, or do you think he was justified in the decision that was made in the fight? People, It's a pleasure as always. Shout out to yourself, Luke. Really appreciate you. Big up to Jamie, who's traveling back from Liverpool. Until we see you again, everyone. Thanks for tuning into the Sanderson Show. See you soon. Take care.
Slot in.